What is the best position in the NFL? Is it the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver, long snapper? Probably not the long snapper, but still leaves me a little bit curious. So how do we determine such thing? Do we look at statistics like crazy? Do we measure intangibles? Do we measure physical traits? Nope, we do none of that. What we do is we take every position in the NFL, put them on a team, and put them in a head-to-head winner-take-all tournament. That's right, for you guys that have been around my channel since the beginning, I am bringing back my favorite series of all time. The best position in the NFL tournament. So before you guys go disliking the video and commenting, hey, you copied Yo Boy Pizza, or hey, you copied Lazerbeam. I did this last year, guys. It was the first thing I ever did on my channel, and by popular demand, I'm deciding to bring it back. It was one of the most fun series I've done on my channel so far, and I'm excited for it to be back. There's a couple new positions we're adding to the tournament this year in the long snappers and the fullbacks. Yes, there's actually long snappers in Madden, believe it or not. Had to look it up, but it's true. It's a thing. There are those like 40 overall tight ends on every single team. Look it up. It's true. I promise. Also, another thing, I kind of condensed the other teams around. So like instead of like outside linebackers and middle linebackers, I condensed them down to just linebackers. Same thing with the defensive line and offensive line. Last year, those games got a little bit repetitive, and I don't want those kind of games happening. I just want to have the most interesting matchups all the time. Get a little bit of taste of what every team is good at or bad at, because that's a big part of this series. I'm also including like a little mini special teams bracket, so you get the cucker. Did I just say cucker? So we get that matchup of the kicker and punters again, but whoever wins that game, it's going to move on to play the long snappers. I know this bracket looks a little bit weird. It's not as clean as last year with the 16 teams. But with 14 teams, you can't have like a straightforward matchup. I felt like this was the best way to include all the right teams while like condensing some of the other teams. And there's one matchup that kind of stands out: quarterbacks versus wide receivers. Whoever wins that game automatically moves to the semifinals. The way I'm justifying that is the wide receivers easily won the tournament last year. The only teams that could compete with them were the running backs and the cornerbacks. Everyone else was kind of left in the dust. So I feel like they're probably going to crush the quarterbacks. I mean, we're still going to give them a chance, but if they win, we won't have to see them blowing out teams constantly, at least until the semifinal rolls around. So when I'm creating these teams, I'm trying to give each team the best possible chance to win. So like for the wide receivers, for instance, their quarterback is Terrell Pryor. Many of you guys would say, well, start Julian Edelman. He was a quarterback in college. Well, so was Terrell Pryor. So was Braxton Miller, so were several other guys. What I'm focusing on is the attributes that are given to me in Madden. So like Terrell Pryor, he's the highest rated quarterback from the wide receiver position, so that gets him the starting position. Same thing for each team's kicking position or their blocking position, linebacker, whatever. If they have like good stats to justify where they are, I'm gonna put them there because, you know, got to give them the best chance to win. But you're also going to notice some teams do not have anybody on the roster that can do a certain thing. Like, I'm almost positive there's no offensive lineman in the NFL that has any sort of kicking stats, at least in Madden. And of course, the kickers and punters, they're not athletic at all, so it's going to be interesting, to say the least. I know it might seem easy to predict on paper who's going to win, but once we get into the simulations and the guys who have seen it last year, you guys already know. You have no idea what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of goofy, weird, wacky plays. It's good to be back in the Madden tournaments. It's kind of what got me off the ground and started my channel. For you guys who have been here for a long time, you guys have been asking for it for a long time. Who do you think is going to win this tournament? Who do you think is going to be the underdog of this tournament? And who should be starting at each position for every single team? But anyways, guys, that's pretty much all I have for this video. I cannot wait to start this series. I hope you guys are excited about it as well. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. You're all legends in my book. And as for me, I am Drew Morris, big old Drewski, not the expert. And I'll see all you fellas in my next video. Peace. And Brady with the punt. And it's shit, of course. Oh my goodness. There he goes. He's off to the races. The middle linebackers score first. Thanks to Tom Brady's god-awful punt.